Hi folks, welcome back to Star Wars X-Wing. So thanks to at least a few requests, I said I would do a run on the training ground. So here we go, pilot proving ground with an X-Wing to get the proving ground patch. I forget if the shuttle goes to a different... Yeah. It's a different Rebel training facility than for the historical missions. Since I haven't run this before with this pilot, we have to start right at level 1. There's Y-Wing, A-Wing, and B-Wing as well. But we're going to do the X-Wing because just did the historical missions. So... off we go. Into the maze. So, right at the start with this, there is almost nothing to do. There's lots of time. There's no targets. You're just flying through the gates, so it's a great time to bump up your lasers, get your shields maxed out, get your lasers supercharged, pretty much have your ship set up exactly how you want it for later. I take that back. There are targets. They just don't shoot back. The one issue with the old X-Wing, which the B-Wing, well, the B-Wing does suffer from it. The Y-Wing doesn't suffer from it. It's painfully slow, but it does not at least suffer from having the wide spread on the lasers. Which makes it a lot easier. Because with this, you basically have to go dual link to ensure that you hit something, which in later levels is less optimal because you're slower and then you're racing against time. But for now, it's fine. Turret. Knocking out the turrets buys you a couple extra seconds. And that's handy later, plus it's handy for scoring. What I'll normally do, at least initially, is I'll have increased recharge on my lasers at least until I have everything fully charged. And then I thought I missed that gate. I guess not. Okay. And then I'll drop it down to maintenance level till I need to again. I have flown this once. See, I totally missed that one. I have flown this with the original game, with the original textures. These are the upgraded textures. It's so blocky. I'm not a huge graphics supremacy guy, but well, they actually are already shooting back a little bit. Just most of them aren't shooting back. Using a lot of roll control to make hitting these gates easier. Roll is basically your B button, or your second joystick button. Because I've got my trusty HOTAS set up, I've just got it mapped to a different key. And later in this, I'll basically use my shields like a piggy bank to keep powering my lasers. You don't have to roll to go through these. In fact, inverted's almost easier sometimes. Except for the half-height gates. The way they did the controls, you don't... It's not like Wing Commander or actually Alliance, where they go to a pure left-right is roll, or left-right is yaw. Roll is just its own separate thing. Obviously, there's some roll involved in all of these turns, just because Star Wars. Alright, on this level 2, and there are more targets now. Each target is worth, I believe, 3 seconds? 2 seconds. So that gets critical on the later levels. Not a real big issue right now. Right now it's just a bonus. Likewise, I don't necessarily... At some point later on, the turrets get a little more armored, where it requires 2 hits from normal lasers. It's more important to hit the gate than bag a target. Really where the roll control thing comes in handy, though. Just line it up real easy like. Kind of look ahead. That's basically the 3 kinds of gates you're going to hit. There's the high gate, the half-height gate, and the normal gate. And they're just in... I don't know. I don't know if there's actually a pattern to them or not. And then they just start adding more and more turrets. More and more of the turrets start shooting back. Then you have stuff like that, where you just rack at the target. can't just dump your shields completely, because then when the turrets are shooting back, you're going to be in trouble. There's the three ways to finish this. Either you run out of time, you get damaged and destroyed, or you just get fed up and tired and hyperspace out. For the hatch, you have to get through level 8. Oops. Alright, now I need to start putting some energy back into the lasers. I can't keep using my shields as a piggy bank. The other thing, though, is lasers recharge a lot faster than shields. So, one strategy that works pretty well as things get going faster and the clock is, and time gets reduced more and more, because after level 8, that's what happens, is the course pretty much stays the same. You just keep getting less and less time. But I'll drop shield recharge to get a little more speed. But I'll max out the laser recharge. I cleared all 6 of them. Max out the laser recharge and just use that to keep shields up. Which works pretty well for a while. Eventually it stops working. But you can get away with that for several levels. A lot of it just kind of depends on how much. A lot of it just kind of depends on what ship you're in. Obviously, the A-Wing is the one I've used to get the farthest because it's just faster. Everything is easily capable of getting through level 8. It's just going beyond that, which really the only reason to go past level 8 is bragging rights. There's also no way to target those guns. I really prefer the TIE Fighter version of this, which is an enclosed maze thing with gates. It's not any... It's not less challenging, but each level is shorter. So getting as far as you absolutely can, even in the fastest, most lethal ships in that game, which would be either the TIE Fighter or the missile boat, at least takes less time. It's a little bit less involved. This can be a bit of a time commitment. This is a time commitment to see through all the way. I think I've had half-hour runs on this. I don't think this will be a half-hour run, but I don't know. I will see what the runtime is when I get down to editing this later. That's always the adventure. Which is a side note, editing is honestly... Editing and prettier graphics are the two main reasons why I really wanted to come back to this game one more time. Because I did not know what I was doing in terms of editing back when I was first putting this stuff up. I will say, credit where credit's due, YouTube's internal editing suite has come a long way since I started using it in 2015. But, you know, that was what I had, so I made do. And I was just exporting my stuff straight from Twitch to YouTube. That was a mess. Actually, when I started, you couldn't export more than an hour at a time, if I recall. I might be wrong about that, but it definitely was not happy trying to export long streams. So I would export from Twitch to YouTube, then I'd take that raw video, I'd do some edits to make it more coherent, and then I just kind of the raw video, which I regret. On the other hand, a lot of that video source was also garbage because I did not have anything close to kind of capture setup now. Again, that's one of those. I realize I am just a rank amateur hobbyist. As such, because this is, for the time being, very much still a hobby, as defined in my favorite way, which is a hobby is something that costs you money. A job or side hustle is something that makes you money. Well, this is a hobby, at least for now. Level 3 complete. Things are starting to get a little more interesting here. But anyway, with the editing, yeah, at YouTube's editing software, it was not great. Made it work. Did okay. But now having a much better editing suite, being able to do all the cool things that I like to do with intros and outros and having nice little additional layers so that I can have like mission objectives listed for missions and stuff. Yeah, I didn't have any of that. YouTube had cards back when I started. They dropped those. It's YouTube. They go through so many features where it's like, hey, yeah, we know people liked this, but we're discontinuing it. Or, yeah, nobody used this, but so we're getting rid of it. And then there's 5 people like me are like, but I was using it. Well, tough. You're a tiny creator, you're not monetized, so we don't give a shit about you anyway. it always cracks me up when I get one of those creator surveys from YouTube or Twitch or really any business. Like, there's always the question, like, do you feel like we care about you? No. In the best case, like for a company like Best Buy or Amazon, no, I don't think you care about me. You care that I keep shopping with you, and you care about my money. YouTube or Twitch, no, you don't care about me, other than that people like me are your commodity that you're actually selling, so you'd like us to... Yes. Maybe. Actually, I don't think these companies give the slightest care in the world to the mental health of most of the creators. Like, unless you're big enough that you can make a stink about something. Otherwise, like, you're a dime a dozen if you disappear off the face of the earth tomorrow. Well, there'll be 10 more people trying to do pretty much the same thing that you do the next day. Which, from a business standpoint, is true. I'd like to think, maybe it's vanity, I would like to think that there are a few people who have watched my YouTube channel or my Twitch channel over the years, who if they saw that I was, shall we say, no longer turning air into carbon dioxide, no longer breathing, I would like to think that there would be a few people who watch my stuff who might be at least briefly saddened that there would be no more videos. So, under no particular allusion to the fact that this is entertainment, it is highly disposable entertainment. And the fact that I can keep up a running conversation while doing this is just kind of, congratulations, you can walk and chew gum at the same time. Also points to what I said, the maze is not that difficult. It's not really meant to be that difficult. It's meant to be a bit of a challenge. I feel like it was really meant also to be one of those things where you sit down with your friends at the computer and be like, okay, how far can you get? That's certainly what my brothers and I were doing. This sort of things. Challenge each other who can get the farthest. It's just meant to be kind of a fun, slightly goofy thing. Don't take it too seriously. But I will point that we've gotten now to the point in the maze with level 4. On level 5. Now at the point in the maze where most of the turrets are shooting back. Not all of them. But a majority of them are. A lot of them now are doubled up around the gates, though not this early set. So it is time to start watching the shields a bit more closely. Keep them balanced, or really, you could probably just go double front. And just keep going. It's a lot of gates to fly through. Get so in-game scoring for the actual missions and historical missions, there's actually a point deducted on the internal scoring for every shot that you miss. I don't know if that applies in maze here. The fact that you get a few points docked for every miss does seem a little bit unfair when you're flying X-Wings and B-Wings, where half your shots are going to miss anyway, almost always. But it is what it is. I don't make the rules. Nice little snapshot there. See, like that just bracketed that one turret. The funny part, of course, is that even with one notch of recharge in the lasers, X-Wing is still faster than a Y-Wing with everything just in maintenance. Now, the Y-Wing doesn't slow up as badly when you start having to charge things. But that's probably more of just a game balance issue. Like, it's already slow enough. That got ugly. Couple of turrets here. There we go. 10 gates remaining. There we go. See, hit it wrong. You hit the floor, you go to 0 speed. And then you gotta throttle back up again, which is not helpful. Okay, that's level 6. Most of the turrets are firing back, but still not turrets on every single gate yet. And still plenty of time. Alright, so far so good. Let's see. Yeah, the funny thing is, X-Wing as a game actually comes after, release-wise, it came out after Wing Commander 1 and 2. Now, it's a little bit of the Star Wars response to those games. Like, hey, space combat sims are doing a thing. We should really have one of our own, which, you know, actually makes sense, and I don't... Like, when you have a really good IP, like Star Wars used to be, and I would be willing to argue could be again, we require Disney to sell it to someone who knows what they're doing, or at least fire Kathleen Kennedy and hire someone who knows what they're doing. Kathleen Kennedy, fire everyone Kathleen Kennedy hired. Basically, salt the earth and start over. But, you know, hey, this game type is doing pretty well. We should have one that's actually got our IP. Is a perfectly valid way to make games. Where people hate it is because you get games through these cache tie-ins. Clearly just also rans that are, you know, hey, let's make a thing Suicide Squad was. I didn't play that game, but it's pretty clearly a case of marketing going, this thing is popular right now, we should make it, and we're gonna make Rocksteady do it, or whoever made it. It's like, and we're gonna make this studio do it. So, when you're a studio developer, and you like to have a job, then at some point you just gotta say, well, okay, sounds good, marketing. We'll try and put lipstick on this pig as best we can. And then a bunch of very talented people go to work, do the best they can. Frequently hampered by efforts from marketing and now these useless DIE consultants. But talented people try and do work. And, you know, I'm sure that game was probably the best that they could manage given various constraints. That's why I don't generally bag on games unless it's really clear that it's like, yeah, you clearly just did this for the paycheck and nobody put any heart or care into this. It was just ugh. I've certainly seen some of those too. Alright, level 7. Almost there. Starting to take a lot more fire.
Will you be done streaming?
What?
Will you be done streaming?
No, you're not going to get my headphones today.
I need to do voice chat with Titus.
Well, tough. Titus is in the same room as you. You don't need voice chat to talk to him. Big trick now is a lot about shield management. I'm going to go keep shields switched up front, which will priority dumping laser power into them. They're still going to take a beating, so it's important to keep rebalancing them. Which basically just lets me pull, in this case, it lets me pull energy from rear shields to strengthen the front shields. The next thing that's going to happen is the turrets will get tougher. And then I will need to have my lasers constantly supercharged. But it's getting there. for sequences. I'm just kind of looking at the gate and going, I'm pretty sure there is a laser panel up here. Pretty sure there's a turret there. Taking out the turret starts being important now for also not taking as much damage. Some point, turrets also start shooting behind you, so you can't get away with this double front thing forever. But it works until it doesn't. Okay, we're going inverted. That's cool. I need to bump up my charge. To compensate, I'm actually gonna drop my shields so that they're actually perpetually down slightly. But I'll just compensate by continuing to shove laser energy in there as fast as I can. Alright, and level 8. This is the last one that needs to be completed for the patch. Trying to conserve my shots as much as I can because I do need the energy for shields. But I also need to yeah. Okay, shields are maxed out. Shields were very briefly maxed out. That was pretty good shooting. Shields back to balanced again so I can load a little bit more energy in there. It's all about energy management. And good shooting. Oh, yeah. See? Now I need those rear shields. Those turrets were facing the other way. And a couple of them were on the raised gates, so there was no way I could get to them. So now we gotta make sure that we have shields both front and back. See, case in point. Turrets are pointed backwards, or on the back side of the gate. Here's another one. Do anything about the ones behind the high gate. I guess I could loop around and blast them, but that would cost me way more time. So it comes down to managing shield levels, managing energy, just kind of do what you can. Just try to keep the shields maxed out at all time. Till eventually that will become no longer an option. Okay, now we're just playing for bonus score. I think, if I recall correctly, the tougher turrets are kind of the last kick in the pants that the game has as far as added difficulty goes. After that, it's just progressively less and less time. shooting, which means you're not able to reinforce shields as much. See, and that's frequently what gets you, is a quick crash, and then the turrets start beating you up. I think I'm going to get away with it this time. That's all it can take. It can just, yep, I missed that one gate. That's all right. We're facing I think there might actually be a point where they have turrets on front and back of the raised platforms. Could be wrong. It's been a very long time since I tried to do a max run. With this sort of X-Wing Redux series. I'll go and do the mazes in the A-Wing and the B-Wing and the Y-Wing again. But only as far as I have to for the patch. This just takes too long. It's a lot of effort, not a lot of reward. But still finishing with 2 minutes to spare. sure it's still only taking one hit. Pew 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 pew. Got 'em all. Again, easier to do in a Y-wing or a B-wing because it's got the nose mounted. And one thing that I don't like with the A-wing is that with only 2 guns, it doesn't have as much reserve energy to dump into the shields. Plus, it's got lighter shields because it's supposed to be fast and zoomy. All right. Oh, that's not good. That was almost a disaster right there. Now you gotta be careful. Rebalance my shields too, because if I leave the wrong side uncovered briefly, it'll cost me. Yeah, this could be bad. Too looking good for the home team. I think I'm gonna make it through this level. Maybe. Just barely. Pretty sure I'm not going to make it through the next level. My shields are toast. Yep. That's all she wrote. Controls are shot. Kind of sunk to where I can't. No control. Damage report. Alright, we're done. Hyperdrive out of here.
This is Red Leader. Excellent. You're ready for combat.
Alright, well, rated excellent by Red Leader, so good enough for me. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Hey, thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. I put out new videos Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Central Time, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.